Hi, my name is Lafaya Mitchell, author of The Lafaya Way. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I've been working with children who are on the autism spectrum, Asperger's disorder, those with other moderate to severe mental health disorders that tend to disrupt social, behavioral, emotional interactions. Today I'm going to discuss how to assist your child with improving their hygiene practices. This is a big subject for many parents. Anybody who has to deal with somebody who's a stinky person that refuses to get into the shower, refuses to bathe, they don't see the reasoning behind why it's necessary, this is for you. First, I want to introduce to you the idea that there are 4 steps or 4 core ideas that you want to keep in mind. That's a part of my Lafaya Way philosophy when you're dealing with a child who is what I tend to call hypersensitive. I want you to know that there's a different way to interact with them that can cause better results for you and help you to gain better compliance from them. Step 1 is to find your calm. When you're relating that to hygiene practices, first and foremost, you can't be all fiery upset about whoever it is you have in your life not choosing to practice good hygiene. The truth behind that is that it's damaging to, of course, your nostrils if you have to smell it, and your eyes if you have to kind of look at the buttery teeth and all that, but it's more impactful for them. And I think that's where a lot of parents miss it, is they tend to personalize what the child is doing. They tend to think, oh, you're making me look like a bad parent, and they're getting to all these other subject areas that hypersensitive kids, especially Aspie kids, don't tend to care about. They don't have the capacity to care about you in the way that you would like for them to. I'll just say it that way. So they care in the way that they care. And you can't make them care in the way that you care. So that's one of the very first things that I really want you to learn how to keep in mind is be okay with how your child functions. Like, be okay with the fact that they're not going to be personally invested in how you feel. And you have to learn how to make it more about them and how things affect them as opposed to how it impacts you. So one way to find your calm is first and foremost to really, really, really recognize that it's not about you. It's not about you. It affects them, and keep it about that. Step 2 is to get to the real issues impacting the other person's actions. In this case, the other person is not showering, not brushing their teeth, not doing some of the things that you would call good hygiene practices. Get to the real truth about why that's happening. What you'll find if you dig a little deeper is that oftentimes kids might have certain things like sensory issues. So the way the water hits them when they're in the shower is upsetting, or how long it takes if they try to get into the bath, or how it feels when they're in it may impact, their desire to be in there. And these may be things that they may not even be fully aware of. There could also be the social aspect to it, which is, I don't have any friends anyway. Nobody really likes me anyway, so why does it matter? Or there's nothing for me to do today. So they may be perfectly fine with taking bath and showers when they know there's somewhere for them to go. Like if they have to go to school or, work if they have a job or whatever, they may feel more invested. But when they're just sitting at home and there's nothing to do, they don't see the need. Like, why? Nobody can smell me except for you, and I don't care. Kind of thing. I'm not trying to date you, right? Get to the real truth for them. When you get to this real truth, don't judge it. Use it as an information source. Validate how they feel. Say to them, I know you don't have anywhere to go today, so you're not feeling motivated to take a shower. However, when you choose not to shower, what it causes for me is concern. Like, I start thinking that maybe you're depressed, or you're trying to isolate too much, or you're just definitely in violation of my nostrils. Like, I love you and everything, but when you're in violation of my nostrils, then it causes me to want to do something. When my nostrils are violated, I'm sensitive to that. So then I become angry, and then that anger comes out towards you, and you feel mistreated, and you don't want to feel mistreated. Get to the real truth, and then use that real truth to work with them, as opposed to using the judgment and the frustration. Use the validation. Let's work together idea. Step 3 of the Lafaya Way is to understand your own truest intentions. Oftentimes, we are not looking to be upset with our child. We don't wake up in the morning thinking, oh yes, I'm going to figure out the best way and the most ways that I can become upset with my kid. We're not intending on that. Most of the time, our intention is that they have a good, healthy life, that they're able to function in society in a way where they'll be happy. That's what we really want. So it's important to keep in mind what it is you really want when you're interacting with your child. You're not looking to judge them. You're not looking to, again, be upset. You're looking to have them make a shift in their behavior. So if you can stay pure, more pure with that, then you'll get better reactions from them, because they won't get all of that other bad stuff from you. If they feel like you're coming to them and you're saying, look, I really want what's best for you. I really want your life to go well. And it's not going to go well if you're smelling bad when you pass by every person. Like when you pass by other people, they're not, trust me, not going to want to be around you if you smell bad. I love you and you have such a great personality. You should really not set yourself up to have other people not want to get to know you because you smell bad. Maybe smelling bad is a way for you to keep people away from you because of that fear of people not liking you. Sometimes you have to delve into some of the things that are really actually happening so that you can have a little breakthrough with your kid. But it's really important to make sure that you're responding according to your truer intentions. I don't want to beat this one to death, but another way to really kind of keep that focus for yourself on what your truest intentions are to kind of keep in mind what your core goals are for your family. Are you looking for teamwork? Want everybody to feel loved? You're all trying to understand one another. What are your core goals? If you're reacting according to what your truest core goals are, then you'll get better results. And step 4 of the Lafaya way is to make sure that you repeat and reinforce the things that work. People tend to have success in a difficult area every once in a while, and then they forget how they had that success. So you'll have that day where you'll say it just the right way to your child and have the right response, and they'll respond quickly and no problem. And then the next day, it's almost like you completely forget that's what you did. So you're like, well, you took a shower yesterday, so why is there a problem today, right? Instead of realizing that maybe yesterday you used a different technique. Maybe yesterday when you came to them, you were already upset or irritated about something else. Think about, okay, so what worked for me yesterday? What worked for me last time? And repeat that. And then make sure that you're reinforcing their behaviors. Even when you have to maybe give a future correction. It takes you out for an entire week, no problem, right? You get to the next week and now all of a sudden there's a refusal. It's not a point of frustration for you. It's not a point where you're like, oh, here we go again, and all that attitude. It's more, how do you reinforce what they did before? You say, hey, you were so on top of it last week. What happened to change that for you? Did something upset you? Did something throw you off? Like, well, what's going on? See, when you get into that, then you're speaking to the thing that they've been successful with instead of speaking to the thing that they're not successful with. People tend to hyper-focus on what someone is not successful with, and that's not going to get good results that way. That's really a breakdown for you on the 4 core of the Lafaya way and how it applies to getting your child to exercise better hygiene. If you exercise the 4 core of the Lafaya way, what you will find is that you will get faster results, you'll get better responses, and you yourself will just feel less upset with the entire interaction. In order to get more of the background of the Lafaya way, which you do need, please make sure you subscribe and that you look into some of my older videos which describe more in depth the 4 steps of the Lafaya way. Well, that's all I have for you today on hygiene. And until next time, stay you and stay true.